Hello and welcome back to the third episode of Chai and Biscuits. I'm here with Sandy and Abhishek, and today we're going to be discussing the predictions for the Premier League until the World Cup. Uh, there is a problem that not all the teams will play 16 game weeks, so we're going to do some sort of accommodation for that. So, for all the teams that have played um, only that will have played only maybe 14 or 15 game weeks, we're gonna take it as it is. We're not gonna say that they will have played the game. So we're gonna take it as the fixtures come. And if we have time, we'll end it with some preview for the North London Derby and the Manchester Derby. So, with the squads that they have now, where do you think the Big Six will finish this season until the World Cup starts? Abhishek, your predictions for this season?
Well, Rohit, I think if you had asked me this question before the Queen had passed away, I would have had a different, you know, a set of points that I had calculated for each of the game weeks for the Big Six. But now that United had missed two game weeks and some of the other teams have also missed one of single game weeks, I say City would be, at the top of the league table coming into the World Cup. Uh, and then I'll see Spurs because they have relatively easy fixtures. And then Arsenal and Liverpool both have similar points and probably taking the third and fourth position. And the fifth and sixth, it's going to be a little tight with Chelsea and United, like probably Chelsea would edge uh, edge United and will take the fifth position and United will be on sixth. So yeah, that's my prediction. Sandy, what do you think? Are you going to say that United is going to be the top four, or what? What's your prediction coming to game week?
I would have said that if we didn't miss the two game weeks. uh, but yeah, I go similar to you. I go with City as first. The way they are playing with the points already they have, I think they'll be cruising at least until the World Cup. Then followed by Spurs. Spurs have a easy set of games, and then third will be Arsenal. The reason being, Arsenal have a lot of points on the board now, but they are playing I think almost all the big six. They are playing Spurs, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea in the next few game weeks. So it will be a very tough run for them. And based on what happened at Old Trafford, we'll see.
That
We'll
was a
have to.
one off.
It'll be
we'll
interesting to see this
see how
point
they.
of view from Rohit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see how they will do this season with big teams, but they're playing really well. Then fourth will be Liverpool, very close to Arsenal, but still they missed the two games. So and then I think United and Chelsea will be very close. We're almost similar points, but I give United the edge. Fifth United, and Chelsea might take some time because of the new manager. So they'll be at the sixth. Rohit?
Yeah, I think similar to you guys, I think that City will be at the top of the table. Even though Arsenal have accumulated many points until now, they have big games coming up, especially today, North London Derby, and they have Liverpool coming soon. So I think they have some really tough games, which have been tough for them in the last few seasons. So I think they might lose a few points here and there. And so I think Spurs will actually catch up to Arsenal, especially because one of the games that they missed was against City, which I assumed that they would lose that game. So they might have more points than Arsenal when the World Cup starts. So
That could hurt.
City's, uh, yeah, not until the end of the season, but it's
Mm.
only until the World Cup starts. So City, Spurs, Arsenal. Next, I'd say Liverpool is struggling a bit. So I would say that they will. I think from second to sixth, second to fourth, it's very close. And then there's a gap, and then there's Chelsea and United bringing up the rear. So all of these are very close. So I think it just depends on a few points here and there. So especially because they're missing out on a lot of games. United have missed out 2 games, so I think that's the reason they're bringing up the rear. I don't think that they're playing very bad, or that even though they won the game against Arsenal by fluke, I think that I,
Yes, yes. It was a fluke.
I
I
think
think Sandy will
I
take
think
that fluke and the 3 points and go home and have a beer.
I think because they missed out on 2 games, that's one of the reasons that they're going to be bringing up the rear of the top six. But I think Chelsea will actually do better because the games that they have missed, I think there were some tough ones for them. So I didn't think that they would be able to win both of those games. So I think that's why I'm putting them ahead of um, United. And I think Chelsea have a they've won the league more recently than United. They won some cups more recently than United. So I would say that they have a much better settled squad than United. So now with individual predictions, who do you think is going to top the scoring charts this season? This is for the whole
Uh,
season, no?
yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
will. Full season. Uh, I mean, I can go first. I can go with the top goal scorer, which is very easy, I feel. Uh,
No,
yes,
no,
yes, obviously.
you're stealing my prediction.
I'm stealing
Don't say
everyone's
Anthony.
prediction. I was about to say Rashford or Sancho, but maybe I'll give it to Erling Haaland and top goal
Damn.
scorer. And I'm pretty sure Kane will be up there with Haaland competing for the Golden Boot. I feel this season, and with Conte in charge, he will score. He's already scoring, and he will score. And the third, I guess, will be. Uh, uh, I I think it can be a surprise. Maybe Ivan Tony is playing really well, so I'll go with Ivan Tony. Yeah.
So Abhishek.
What about you, Abhishek?
Yeah, I think you stole my prediction, so I was going to say Haaland too. With 11 goals already, I think he's probably on the way to break the Premier League record if he continues this way. And I hope he does. Really want to see what goes on at the end of the season. So Erling Haaland, and then yeah, like you said, Harry Kane. Um, he's still up there. He's still gonna score a lot of goals. He's a single focal point of Spurs attack. And the third will be, I think I'm gonna go with Mitrovic instead of Ivan Tony. Both of them could be up there, but I think I'll go with Mitrovic because of his goal scoring prowess recently. Rohit, what do you think? What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you guys. I think it's obviously going to be Haaland. I think the way he has started this season is it's amazing. We didn't expect this. 11 goals already, and his touch to goal ratio is incredible. He has he could probably end up the season with more goals than touches. So he's going to be the top of the scoring charts for me, and I really hope that Arsenal is going to be up there. So I think Jesus might have a chance. So I would say Jesus and Harry Kane. So I would say Harry Kane as second and Jesus as third. It's surprising that none of us have gone for many of these big hitters like Salah or Nunez.
I think Nunes is new and Salah hasn't found his scoring boots this season. And also, I feel Liverpool have like different scorers on the field this season after Mane left. So yeah,
But yeah, I think Salah might be obviously based
yeah, yeah,
on
for
last
sure,
season's or last few seasons how he performed. I think Salah will be competing for the top three for sure. Our
for sure.
prediction now, based on the current form, I think he's not there, but maybe he might be competing if Liverpool is playing for
Yeah,
the.
you never know what will
Mhm.
happen to the World Cup and what changes. Yeah,
Yeah, you said that Haaland will beat the scoring record. So as of now, I think the scoring record is Salah. You think he'll be able to beat the 32 goals in a season?
I mean, I think he has the capability, but and also I mean he's showing it day to day, and City always creates those chances. So definitely there is a like very good chance of him breaking that record. And actually, as a football fan, I would want to see it. As somebody coming from another league and breaking the league record in his first debut season, that'll be one of.
It never happened, so it will be a great feat to achieve. But I think it's also difficult, as we always fight between Premier League and La Liga, or how difficult it is to score in Premier League. So it will be interesting to see how how he performs over
Yeah,
the course.
I feel like he's not going to be able to beat that record because for Salah to even come close to that, he was on an amazing world class form for multiple seasons. So he scored, I think, 31 and then 32. So I think it'll be hard for anybody to reach that far because even big players like um, Henry and Ronaldo
Wayne
came
Rooney.
close. No, I don't think Wayne Rooney ever came close. Like
Luis
Henry,
Suarez.
yes, Suarez obviously came close, but they weren't able to beat that record, and I think that's for a reason because even if you have a streak where you can go on an amazing spree, I think it's still hard. But obviously, Pep has changed a lot about the Premier League. He's the number of goals his teams have scored, and now that he has a very good forward and all the team around him providing for him, there is a chance that it can happen. If it's ever going to happen, I think that Haaland has a very good chance of making it happen. On that point, do you know what is the most who scored the most number of goals in a season, and how many goals do you think it is? It's in like far in the past. You wouldn't even guess how far.
Well, Sandy, you go first
Mm.
because I know I'm gonna get it wrong.
I mean, I know that Andy Cole, I think, scored 34 goals
Yeah.
in 96-97 season, if I'm not wrong, but maybe 98. But yeah, that was a 42 game Premier League season. But
Yeah, so I think before 96, everything was 42 game. So
mm.
we are looking at the 42 game season.
Okay.
Oh,
So that is the highest goal scorer I know, but you
That
said
that
way
is the highest in the Premier League.
okay. Mhm.
So like obviously football existed before 92. So
so you mean all the leagues in Europe,
no,
or
no, no, just English top tier, just
English
English
Premier
top
League
flight.
before 92. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, so just
I give up.
basically English football.
I give up. I don't know this.
Okay, guess how many?
52?
60. 60 goals
Wow,
in a 42 game season. Yeah. This was by Dixie Dean in Everton from in 1928.
wow.
Mhm. Did Everton win anything that season? Do you know?
Yeah, they won the title.
Oh, wow,
Mm,
wow.
that's cool. And one small thing about Wayne Rooney, he was close. I think on 2009-2010 season, he scored 26 goals, and he was injured in February March. He would have broken the record, but he was injured in the Champions League semi-final against Bayern Munich. I think quarterfinal against Bayern Munich. So
Do you
Yeah.
think
Uh,
20, many players have scored more than 26? I think that's the problem.
yeah, that's also there. Mhm.
Harry Kane scored 29, I think. Even RVP scored 30 goals in a season for Arsenal before he came to United, obviously.
yeah, but I think Rooney will still be up there as top three top scorers in Premier League.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. I
Yeah.
think if he wasn't so selfless and if he focused only on goal scoring, he would have been much higher.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. United would have
Okay.
had.
Let's go. Let's go to assists. Rohit, we'll start with you this time. Who do you think?
Hmm. I think obviously it's going to be De Bruyne, and especially with the goal scoring form that Pep's team have, I think De Bruyne will be up there. And
There goes another of my prediction.
and I think Saka will be there. As of now, he's second, and he hasn't even really been playing that well, especially considering his form last season. So I would say if he picks it up, definitely he'll be up there. So I'm gonna say Saka is there, but I think maybe second or third. The other person in that top three, I would say, is probably I'd say it's Salah. Yeah, I think even if he's not in the scoring charts, he'll definitely be in the assist charts. Salah or Son. What do you think, Abhishek?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with what you have said, and De Bruyne is one of the world's best midfielders in the world right now. And I think Kevin De Bruyne will be leading the charge, and followed by, I want to say, Jesus instead of Saka, because I feel because he has tremendous playmaking abilities as well. So I'm gonna go with Jesus second, and third will be I'm gonna say Salah as well. Yeah, I have to say because Salah will eventually, find some form and contribute. He has been contributing in previous games as well. So yeah, Sandy, what do you think? What are your predictions for top assists?
Yeah, I think I agree with you on and Rohit on De Bruyne for sure. The way he's playing and the way he's assisting Haaland, it is like playing cheat codes on FIFA. So, yeah, so De Bruyne will be there, followed by Gabriel Jesus. I like his playmaking. So, and the way Arsenal is doing this season, I'm assuming he should be there on the top if they are going to finish if they are going to finish in top four. And then I'm going to I I I think like it will be a very close competition between Arsenal and United for a top four finish. So, but if I am also expecting Bruno Fernandes to start assisting yeah, and again, and he's back to his old form. So I'll go with Bruno on it in top three for assists.
Okay, going on to clean sheets. Um, I'm going to start again. I'd say that Ederson, all three of our scoring, assists, and clean sheets is a Man City player. Yeah, I think Ederson is going to be up there. He's been one of the best goalkeepers for a while now, and because of how his team plays, usually they don't concede the ball, they don't concede many goals. So I think Ederson. I think Jose Sa and Sanchez plays very well, but now that Potter has left Brighton, I think it's hard to see how um, they're doing. They will do in the future, and Nick Pope has done well as well. So I'd say Jose Sa and um, probably Hugo Lloris. What do you guys think, Sandy?
Okay. I I'll go with Ederson, obviously. Ederson on the top, and I think maybe we are predicting Liverpool to finish top, so I'll go with Allison too, and then uh, it's a tough one for the third. Uh, Jose Sa, as you said, already have three clean sheets, but there are a lot of very good goalkeepers have two clean sheets now. So it'll be tough. Whoever finishes top four will be that goalkeeper, but it is very difficult to predict this season. All the teams are playing well. Uh, Maybe I'll be partial in this too. I'll I'll go with De Gea for the third. With the way Lisandro and Varane is playing, so they are they're playing together very well, but they have to stay fit for the whole season. One injury to either of them, then Harry Maguire will start. So, but yeah, he hope he might rediscover his form. So, Abhishek.
Um, well, I think I'm gonna go with everybody's pick here, Edison. I think Pep has spoiled us with everything. So yeah, Edison with the first, and then second I will go with Allison because he's a tremendous 1v1 goalkeeper, and he's one of the best there is. And Liverpool will definitely catch up in the league. Um, and the third I would go with Loris because with Conte, he also focuses on defense first and having the ball. And so I think yeah, that's going to be my picks: Edison, Allison, and Hugo Loris.
I think we're all excited about today's game, the North London Derby. I think looking at the game and the form of both the teams, I really hope it's going to be a really intense end-to-end game. I really hope it doesn't end up being like last game at White Hart Lane where Holding got the red card. I hope that it's not going to be influenced by other factors. Let's say that, and I really hope that both teams play to their strengths. I think if you look at the way Arsenal have been playing, they would try to keep possession, try to play from the back, and and Spurs do play and transitional play, so they will try to soak up that pressure and hit on the counter, especially with Son and Kane and Richarlison finding form right now. I think they're gonna have a really good chance, just like United did really well on the counter. What do you guys think is one of the important facets of the game today?
Yeah, like you said, I think the counter attack from Spurs can be a real threat to Arsenal. The same thing that happened at Old Trafford, where they can be vulnerable when on counter attacking situations. But it's at home. It's in Emirates, so I'm pretty sure they will be ready for the challenge. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Uh, I'm going to think it'll be a very exciting game, where there will be pressure for both the teams in different situations. Arsenal is young, but at the same time, even Conte's team is new, so both can do mistakes. We saw Spurs doing some mistakes too, so that can lead to goals. So I'm thinking it will be a high scoring game, 2-2. What about you, Abhishek?
Yeah, I think I agree with both of you. You know what you said, being Arsenal's team being young, and one thing that Rohit mentioned was the external factors should not come into this, but I think it might because as like you said, Arsenal team is young and they're not used to tactical fouls like we saw in United game. So I think that's the aspect that the Arsenal team has to work on because they play possession football. So just like Pep has Rodri doing all this, Casemiro, and Casemiro in United doing all those fouls. Uh, I think Thomas Partey's role, if he starts, will be important and to break up those counter attacks from Spurs. And I also believe it'll be a high scoring game because Spurs, like Sandy mentioned, are prone to mistakes as well. I'm gonna go with 3-2 win for Spurs actually
Huh.
because it's because Harry Kane is gonna it feels like he's gonna score and he's on a scoring form, and the rest of the attackers on Spurs are also on scoring. Even though Arsenal's attacking is also really good, but I feel Arsenal, even though they create a lot of chances, they're gonna have a little bit, I would say, hard time converting those chances with lorries and everything else. But let's see. Arsenal has been really good in Emirates this season. It has become a fortress, but but I think it might be a twist. Uh, let's see.
I think what you said is true about Arsenal's team being very young, and we definitely missed Partey at Old Trafford. Who knows what would have happened if Partey was there? I think, but if I think Partey is back, he's been training, and if Tierney plays, if they play to their strengths, I think the fact that we are at home plays a huge role. So I would say Arsenal will win, but I think Kane has done really well. Kane and Son have done really well against Arsenal. So I think Kane is the
Yeah,
top scorer against Arsenal like all time. So
yeah, exactly.
um,
And he's
I
ruthless this season with the other forwards as well. I think Richarlison, if he starts, is also in a really good run of form. Let's see. I think it's going to be a great match, whatever the result is.
yeah, I would say maybe a 2-1 or maybe a 3-1 win to Arsenal.
Hmm.
Very surprising prediction from Rohit that Arsenal will win.
I, I predicted to one of you that Arsenal will win the game against United 3-1 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I meant lose the game 3-1.
One of your prediction was right, so it's okay.
Yeah. So moving away from North London derby to Manchester
Mhm.
derby, what do you guys think? Is going to play a huge role. We know how United is going to set up, just like how they set up against Arsenal and Old Trafford. This game being in Etihad, sorry, not Etihad.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Etihad. So we know that definitely United will be uh, on the back foot defending most of the time. Sandy, as a lifelong Manchester United supporter, you tell me how this game is gonna play out, and what your score predictions are gonna
Yeah,
be.
talking about this, I think there will be both the derbies. I think will be the similar games. One team having more positioning, more possession, and other team counter attacking. And even in United, as you mentioned, it will be counter attacking, and City having more than 60% or 70% possession. But uh, at least last four games, United were playing really good on counters, and Christian Eriksen playing a very big portion in it. But it will be they had a very long break. It's been a while since United played a Premier League game. They missed two games because of the Queen's passing. So I think it will be very interesting to see how they are set up. But everyone can expect the way they are playing or way City will play. So, but I am thinking a City win, the 3-1 City win, uh, with Haaland being the difference. So we'll see. I hope it. I hope it does not
Yeah, I mean
happen. I hope
Haaland.
my prediction is wrong.
I mean Haaland did mention that in his first, I think not first, when he just joined, he was asked who you would want to
Yes.
score against the most, and he said Manchester United, would be the team that he would like to score
But
against.
remember, I think
So yeah,
I when Ajax played against Dortmund, Lisandro Martinez played against Haaland, and Lisandro played really well against Haaland. But again, that was Dortmund, and this is City, so it is it is a very
Exactly.
different level, the way City are playing. But again, good defenders always perform. That's what Pep said in the press conference today when asked about Lisandro. He said he there's United spent a lot of money. Ten Hag knows him, and he knows Ten Hag from his Bayern Munich days. So uh, and the way he judges the players. So I think it will be a interesting challenge to see. But until now, Lisandro didn't disappoint against Liverpool or against Arsenal. We'll see how he does against Haaland.
yeah, he has that big game
Mhm.
attitude in him, and I think Pep's endorsement of any player goes a long way. So I think, yeah, it'll be an interesting battle to watch, though. Which side Haaland chooses to attack, or which
I mean, we
defender
don't have
he
to guess
wants to
that he will be
face
on
off.
the on Lisandro's side itself. Do you know what actually Pep mentioned in his press conference today? That uh, yes, interceptions wise, Lisandro can do it. Blocking wise, Lisandro can do it. But crosses, who knows? That's what that's what his exact words were. So yeah,
Well,
yeah, you can expect some crosses.
so Pep laid out a challenge for
Uh-huh.
Lisandro then.
Yeah, you can expect either Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden crossing to Haaland from the left side. So yeah, Rohit, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the game that you mentioned, Ajax versus Dortmund. Ajax obviously are a possession-based team, so it was easier for Lisandro to have the ball. So he wasn't under so much pressure where he had to so when he's aggressive, he usually gets the ball, and the fact that he had to do it less often in a AX team is good for him. But I think in a United team, he will have to do it much more, especially against City, is what I mean. So I think if if there is a chance, there could even be a red card just because of his aggression. There is a chance that he could, because he is quite aggressive in the way he goes for the ball. I really hope there isn't. I hope that both teams play to their strengths, and that it's 11 on 11 game until the very end. But I think that if United play the way they did, um, have been playing the last few games, and play to their strengths transitionally really well, then I think United still have a chance. I think it might actually be a draw, just because of how they've been playing. uh, I think that United have found some sort of rhythm in defending, soaking up the possession of the other team and counterattacking really well. Uh, I think it depends on how well they finish. I think that's the only problem that they have. So if Rashford have a good day in terms of finishing, then they will do well. So I would say it's a draw, but definitely a scoring draw. 1-1, maybe 2-2. Abhishek, what do you think?
Yeah, I think both of you guys, you mentioned Haaland versus Martinez and everything, but I also want to, shift the focus to midfield battle. I think Ericsson and Bruno will be very, very crucial to the transitions, like you mentioned, Rohit. So, and I think mid cities midfield also have to, play a huge part, or I would say block out those initial, I would say, lob passes and amazing through balls that Ericsson has been, or Bruno's through balls that we saw against Arsenal. So they do have to control those parts of the play. So that will be crucial as well. And the other thing I wanted to ask actually, Sandy, is do you think Cristiano Ronaldo will start the game? He's there, and do you think Elanga will get the nod, or do you think it's going to be
So
Cristiano?
this morning, Ten Hag mentioned that Marshall is fit. He's been training all week and he's doing really well in training. And then Rashford is also fit. So with Rashford, Marshall, Sancho, and Anthony all available, I don't think Ronaldo will start. And I think one of Rashford or Marshall will start. And I'm going with Rashford based on the form and based on the way he's playing. He might not play full 90 minutes, but at least he will start the game. He, Sancho, and Anthony will start the game. And then based on how the game goes, Ronaldo might come in the second half. And not might, he'll definitely come in.
Right.
And leading or trailing, I think he's sticking with that game plan. So we'll have to see. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the question would be not if Ronaldo starts, because I don't think any of us thinks that Ronaldo is going to start, especially against City where you need to counterattack. I think the question is if Casemiro will start, because how many players
Mm.
do you want to use in defending? The problem is if you use too many, you won't be able to counterattack and transition that well. So the question is if Casemiro and McTominay and Fred might start.
I, that will be a very good
I
field.
that is
I guess.
I think that's a doomsday scenario.
So
Yeah, so I think
I
Ericsson
don't
has to
think so.
start.
I think Ten Hag will still stick to the same team. My guess is, yeah. I want in a way Casemiro to be involved, but the way McTominay has been playing is it's really it was the three of them are clicking together well. Uh, McTominay, Ericsson, and Bruno, they're complementing each other very well. So he might not change the winning formula, but if something happens in the first half, then Casemiro will play from the start in the second half. And Casemiro is again, I think, match fit. He played both full, I think, full 90 minutes with Brazil too. So he's raring to go, and he is a big match player. He wants to play in these games, so I wouldn't mind him to start also as well. Like I think he'll be ready for starting too. But my if you ask me, my intuition is Ten Hag will stick with the winning formula. Mm.
Yep. I think we all agree with this, and let's see what happens at the end of the game week. And so, with this, I think we'll conclude our episode today. We'll see you again, whoever you guys are. I know there are very less, few number of people who are listening to this, but yeah, we will continue our conversation with Rohit and Sandy uh, at the for the next game week. So stick around and follow our social handles. We go by the name Chai and Biscuits. Thank you. See ya.
See ya.
See you guys.